Hi, I'm Link, and welcome to Link Life Money. Will, living will, power of attorney, everyone needs these right now. They're so important to have. They're important to have because by having them, it'll give you peace of mind. If you don't have them, you'll be thinking about doing them or worrying about not having it done. When they are done, you can then focus on your health in an emergency situation. Many people do not have a will. If you pass away without having a will, then the courts will decide what happens to your estate and how it's divided. This may not be what you would have wanted. There are many benefits to having a will. It gives you and your family peace of mind knowing that you have it. You determine who gets your assets. You also determine who to appoint as legal guardians to your children if you pass away. It's very important that you make one now. Will writing tips. Appoint an executor that is responsible and someone that you can trust to carry out your wishes. It's a good idea to have a backup executor. Keep your will in a safe place. You can consider giving the executor a copy. Make sure that the executor knows where your will is located. Both you and your spouse or significant other should have your own will. Once you create a will for one of you, it's easy to create a mirror will for the other person. It's always a good idea to have a power of attorney. If you ever have a health concern or you're unable to pay bills and deal with your finances, you will need a power of attorney. A general power of attorney can talk on the phone with your phone company, with your insurance company, with your bank, with any other companies that you deal with, and make financial decisions on your behalf. You can designate a power of attorney to make all or some decisions. It's completely up to you. This can be indefinitely or for a limited period of time. Plus, it's also your choice if you want the power of attorney to be effective immediately, or it can start when a person is incapacitated. You really need to trust this person for they can access your money and make financial decisions on your behalf. Having a power of attorney lets you decide who should control your legal, financial, and business affairs when you're no longer able to do so. There are many benefits to having a power of attorney. It's the same as with having a will. It gives you and your family peace of mind knowing that you have it. You choose the person that you want to become your power of attorney so that they can pay your bills, handle your financial matters, and make changes to your accounts, such as phone service provider, cable, and insurance. Power of attorney tips. Do this while you're healthy, for it can only be done before a person is incapacitated. Appoint a power of attorney that is responsible and someone you can trust to carry out your wishes. It's a good idea to have a backup person. Keep your power of attorney in a safe place. Consider giving the power of attorney person you appointed a copy. Make sure that the appointed person knows where the power of attorney is located. Both you and your spouse or significant other should have your own power of attorney. Medical emergencies, such as strokes, can happen to people of all ages. Depending on the stroke, it can have a major impact on a person's speech. You want to be prepared for this and have a power of attorney set up so that they can pay your bills and do financial transactions for you. If you don't have a power of attorney set up and something happens to you, then someone in your life has to go to court. They have to petition the judge to get guardianship approval so that they can help you with your financial transactions. This is a huge hassle, especially during a time of stress when a medical emergency happens. So it's definitely a good idea to have a power of attorney set up at a young age. If you don't have a trusted family member to designate as a power of attorney, then you could consider designating the most trusted person in your life. You can also choose to have more than one power of attorney. Now, while I think it's necessary to have a will and a power of attorney, a living will is a little more complicated of a decision, and you may not want to have a living will. It's definitely a personal choice. A living will allows you to state your healthcare decisions if you are incapacitated. Benefits of having a living will. It can give you and your family peace of mind knowing that you have it. It can give you the ability to pre-express the medical treatment that you want. It becomes effective when you can't communicate. Living will tips. Appoint a person that is responsible and someone that you can trust to carry out your wishes. It's a good idea to have a backup person. Every health situation is unique and different. Your family may have a different perspective when a health situation happens. Your thinking could also change. You may feel that your family is best to make the decisions. Do you want to have the ultimate say beforehand and have a living will? Or do you want for your family to decide? You may not want a living will. It's completely a personal choice. A common question is, do I need a lawyer to write a will? A judge in Saskatchewan rules that a man's will written on a McDonald's napkin was valid. Now, I wouldn't recommend writing a will on a napkin, but everyone's personal situation is different. I think it's a good idea to have a reputable lawyer write a will for you if your will is likely to be contested or if it's complicated. If your will is not likely to be contested, then you could consider writing a will yourself. There are many online writing will kits available. I'd recommend to look for one that's reputable and from a big company. While searching online, I found this company that has 4.9 stars out of 5 and has over 1,000 Google reviews. This company, for example, charged me about $325 for 2 people to have a lifetime membership of having a will, a living will, and a power of attorney. The lifetime membership gives me the ability to make changes whenever I want. If you would like 10% off, you can use the code in the description below. A lawyer could end up charging you $1,000 or more just for writing it one time. But a lawyer could be a very good idea if your will could possibly be contested. Also, if you have a high net worth with many types of assets or your situation is complex. You will likely want to make changes as your life changes and different life events happen. This is Healing Angel Bear. She's here because all of this is not fun to talk about, it's not fun to think about. It's very emotional trying to set up all of this with you and your family. But once you have a will and you have your power of attorney done, then all of your plans are set. And in case of an emergency, you don't have to worry about it. You'll have everything set up and you can then just focus on your health. This is my dad. He had a major stroke 9 years ago. He didn't drink or smoke. He ate healthy and was only 56 when the stroke occurred. It goes to show that it can happen to anyone at any time. This is why stroke information is so important to me. Fast warning signs. Use the letters in FAST to spot if someone is having a stroke. F is for face drooping. Does one side of the face droop or is it numb? Ask the person to smile. Is the person's smile uneven? A is for arm weakness. Is one arm weak or numb? Ask the person to raise both arms. Does one arm drift downward? S, speech difficulty. Is speech slurred? T, time. Time to call 911. Other stroke symptoms. Watch for sudden numbness or weakness of face, arm, or leg, especially on one side of the body. Confusion, trouble speaking or understanding speech, trouble seeing in one or both eyes, trouble walking, dizziness, loss of balance or coordination, severe headache with no known cause, call 911 immediately if signs are present. Every second counts. The quicker a person gets to the hospital, the better chance they'll have of recovering from a stroke. It's very important for someone having a heart attack or a stroke to immediately take 281 milligrams of aspirin right away, as this could save their life as long as they're not allergic to it. I personally put 2 in a Ziploc bag that is located in my car, at my workplace. I make sure that the people at work know where it's located, in each floor of my home, and in my wallet. Just please be sure to store out of reach of children. If you'd like to know more about the stock market being down so much while inflation is up so much, my latest video is up on the screen right now. Thank you for all of your support. I now have 64 subscribers. When I get 100 subscribers, YouTube will give me my own custom YouTube web address, which will be really cool. Save money, make good choices, and please be kind.